लेक्चर करते हैं शुरू करो। ये वाला लिंक नहीं है, ये चलता है, नहीं ये चलता है, दूसरा वाला ये स्टूडियो वाला Yes, hello everybody. A very warm good afternoon to all present here. I am Ashish Dewan, on the behalf of Dewan Institute of Management Studies, MBA, again welcome you all on the 6th day of National Labour Faculty Development Program on Leadership Dynamics, Insights from Lord Rama's journey. Now, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Vinki Sharma ma'am to please share her valuable insights on the topic embracing the path of righteousness, cultivating composure and acceptance along the journey. Please.
Thank you, Professor Ashish. Good afternoon to everyone and Ram. On the day 6, we are talking about embracing the path of righteousness. Yesterday we said that whatever Ram did was dharma, and dharma is nothing but righteousness. And we said that whatever Ram did not do is adharma. So talking about righteousness, we all understand that in the entire Ramayana there were a lot of things that Ram had done in the right way. And so we say that Ram is Dharma and Dharma is Ram. We say that Jesus will be the epitome of Dharma and he is the embodiment of Dharma. We have already discussed all this thing in yesterday's session. So I thought that today let us talk about something for which Ram is being question marked about. And I could think of two such incidents wherein Ram was questioned. One was the same that I was even asked a question also, that why really, when somebody said that Sita is not right and Ram accepted and he had banished his daughter. And then there are other episodes. So we see in today's world, we say that उसने मुझे कह दिया, उसने मुझे वैसे कह दिया, लोगों में राम को भी लोग राम के लिए भी कहते हैं कि ये चीज राम ने ठीक नहीं की, क्यों राम ने ऐसा किया? They question Ram. So I thought to understand righteousness, let us talk about something for which the Quran is questioned about. So I'm going to start with first instance, and this instance is again my favorite caselet that I have been taking through these days of Sugriv and Bali. We discussed Sugriv and Bali yesterday also, so I'll start with from where I left yesterday. Now it is said that Ram did a wrong thing by killing Bali from behind the tree. उन्होंने छुप के was that something that Ram should have done? And what made him do that? क्योंकि शक्ति कम हो जाती तो उन्होंने छुप के मारा, क्योंकि उनकी 50% शक्ति बाली के अंदर चली जाती तो उन्होंने छुप के मारा. क्या is this right? On the first instance, let's first understand कि उन्होंने छुप के मारा क्या ये ठीक है? नहीं, गलत है. गलत नहीं है, ये ठीक है. बाली के रामायण में ऐसा ही लिखा है. राम जी ने खुद कहा है कि हाँ मैंने तुम्हें छुप के मारा, और क्यों मारा उनको ट्रांसलेट कराया. People still question maybe because they did not read or they did not exactly understand. So they criticize, so they question. So let's understand that what had happened in that incident. Now what happened that when Hanumanji met Ram, right? So when Hanumanji met Ram, he understood that Ramji is somebody who he prayed for. Right? He had gone to Sugriv and he asked Sugriv that you do friendship with Ram. But understand that even if you are doing friendship with Ram, he is somebody who should be praised and prayed for. So you please keep this thing in mind. So Sugriv said, okay, fine, I will do friendship with Ram, and Ramji also want somebody whom he could help. तो उन्होंने अग्नि को साक्षी मान के they took a promise of their friendship. So after that promise, Sugriv started asking from Ram that what is your story? Because now we are friends, so let's share our stories. So what is your story? So Ram said that I was here in the jungle on the exile, and during the exile, my wife got abducted by somebody I don't know. I'm still in the process of searching my wife. And while narrating this, he started crying. So he said that you are king, you should not cry. You should have composure on yourself. Don't cry. धैर्य रखो, आप राजा हो, आप रो नहीं सकते, ये आपको शोभा नहीं. Ram said, okay, he controlled himself, he stopped crying, and he said that this is my part of the story. What about your story? What about you? So Sugriv started talking about this story that this had happened. Me and my brother, we had a fight, and he took my wife, he took my woman, and there was a confusion and every story. Everything is speaking everywhere. And while he was narrating this story, Sugriv cried and rolled on the floor crying. Now imagine the situation, he is the same person who was advising Ram not to cry because you are a king, and he himself was crying. जब हम सलाह देते हैं, हम कहते हैं advice देना है तो इज्जत नहीं करो. Strengthening advice हम सब ज्ञानी बन जाते हैं. लेकिन जब अपने ऊपर होती है तो हम सब भूल जाते हैं. So to give advice is the easiest thing, but to actually follow that is not. Which Ram was always doing. If he would say something, he would follow it. This is the difference between story and Ram. Anyways, coming back to the story. So they both mentioned about the story, and Ram promised, fine, I will help you getting your wife back, and in replacement to help me finding my wife. Right? So they go and they fight, and you all know the story that there was a fight between a garland, and so you can identify this garland in the story. और पेड़ के पीछे से राम जी ने स्टोरी को मारा. Now when Bali was on the dead bed, and Ramji went there because he wanted to ask for the Shama. So उस क्षमा याचना के लिए जब बाली के पास गए तो बाली ने राम से बोला मैंने तो सुना था उसको तपस्वी राजा कभी गलत नहीं करते हो, ना कभी गलत का साथ देते हो, बट वो सब झूठ था, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं, तुमने ऐसा कुछ नहीं किया, तुमने मुझे धोखा दिया। Ramji very calmly responded that I know you are saying this all out of aggression. तुम्हें नहीं समझ में आ रहा कि क्या हुआ है. Let me ask you few things and then you tell me whether whatever I did was right or wrong. तो रामजी खुद बता रहे हैं कि उन्होंने ठीक किया था या नहीं किया था, जिस पे लोग क्वेश्चन कर रहे हैं. So रामजी say that हमारी वर्ल्ड में, हमारी कल्चर में, anybody who's a younger brother, who's and anybody who is younger to you is to be considered as your son. हम उसको अपने बेटे के समान मानते हैं. You have abducted your son's wife. That means you're now what are you doing with your son's wife? You are taking the pleasure of the Lord. You did a wrong thing. Now tell me why I should not kill you. हमने बताया हम नहीं बर्दाश्त कर सकते. So why I should not kill you? Now, if you say that you are a monkey and all these things are applicable for killing me, that means you yourself is saying that you are an animal. So, what do we do with the animal? Do we kill animal or do we hunt an animal? We do hunting. So, Sugriv is a prey and I am a hunter and I will hunt. So, where I was wrong. और तुम्हारे अंदर जो गुस्सा और अग्रेशन और प्राउड और प्राइड and to kill a wild animal, of course, say that I made it to hunting. That's it. मैंने खुद को नहीं मारा, मैंने तो शिकार किया. And on the third side, तुमने गलती की है, that you have to accept that you did a wrong thing without hearing other person's perspective. You took your own decisions and you did wrong. By taking the kingdom and by taking the wife of your young, you did wrong. और ये जो जगह है, ये जो जंगल है, ये जो पहाड़ है, ये इसका राजा के अंतर्गत आते हैं और इस समय राजा है भरत. और उस भरत ने मेरे को इस समय जंगल की रखवाली की. I am the one who is taking care of the forest. वनवास के लिए. I am taking care of the forest which comes under the domain of Bharat section. और ये मेरा कर्तव्य है कि जो भी गलत हो रहा है, I should mend that. I should. Now you tell me where I am. Then why is saying what I did? It was my aggression, my pride that I actually said whatever you did is absolutely right. So this is one example of righteousness for which we actually talk about Rama's journey. And we see a lot of examples. There are a lot of examples. हम बहुत सारे examples की बात करेंगे throughout these days. लेकिन कुछ चीजें हैं जिसके लिए राम को blame किया जाता है. But we need to understand the right thing. That he is blamed for incomplete knowledge. And Ramji himself has said, now the point is that everything is settled between Ram and Lala. They both have settled. उन्होंने एक दूसरे को एक्सेप्ट कर लेते हैं कि ऐसे नहीं है, तुमने कुछ गलत नहीं किया. It was Bali who was wrong, it was not Ram who was wrong. But still people are still taking these cases and blaming. वर्क लाइफ में भी क्या होता है, यही होता है. Things are settled between party A and party B, party C and party D, and they still keep on reminding them that see there was a problem. Without understanding the entire story, they say that there was a problem. Why did you make the settlement? You should have not done the settlement. The person will again do it with you. Right? This is the problem in today's life. And that is why we are actually conducting this entire activity so that we can learn from them and we can revive our, the living lessons and the living examples, and we can learn from those living examples. Coming on to the second instance, Ram is also blamed that he banished Sita because of just one person. हम दो भी कहते हैं उसको कि वो एक भी था उसने कहा और राम जी ने उसको बैनिश कर दिया. So let's try to understand that what exactly had happened. Now the other day he had asked me a question. I tried giving the answer, but I thought no, I will uh, again study it further and I will try to find out the answer to this question. And I found that yes, it is complete. So let's take this example in this session of righteousness. Now what happened was that when Ram had come back to India and started over the kingdom of Ayodhya, he had his spies, his intelligence. जो आज की डेट में हमारे पास है होती है तो तब भी होती थी never intelligence. So some of these spies came to Ram and said that there are certain instances that are happening in Ayodhya that I want to tell. So he said that there was a man in the village and he had doubted his wife. There were senior people who were trying to make him understand that nahi, it's not on your right. This is not right. He did not understood and he simply said कि मैं राम नहीं हूँ. सीता को एक्सेप्ट करके 3 साल तक रावण के साथ रही है. I cannot be Ram. So when Ram heard this, he went mad. And then he decided that he will reconfirm it. He called his other spy and just such kind of things happen. He said yes, it is happening across. तो एक जना नहीं बोल रहा था, ऑलमोस्ट सभी लोग इस बात को मान कंफर्म. सिर्फ एक जने की सुनने से उनका नहीं बता या सोच नहीं बदली. Ram was on the habit of confirming and reconfirming and taking everything with a conclusion. So he heard, he felt bad, but he reconfirmed so that he knew that whatever he's going to do next is right or wrong. So after reconfirming, now Ram had few choices. Let's talk about the choices. Like what Ram would have done if not this. This was the last choice. Let's see. So first choice was ignore. I am the king. He might have ignored this. Second choice was to give the kingdom to his brothers and go along to the forest or something else with Sita. उसके साथ कोई भी जा सकते थे, अपने brothers को kingdom देके और जा सकते थे. Third choice was to leave the kingdom, leave the crown, give it to his brother and stay in Ayodhya. And the fourth one was what Ram. So these were the options that Ram had. Now let's try to understand these options. Why Ram did not choose those options? The first option I mentioned is ignore. Now what would have had happened if Ram had ignored? Would the blame would still remain there. अभी लोग दबी आवाज से बात कर रहे थे, हो सकता है थोड़ा दबी आवाज से बात कर रहे थे. So ignorance was not the choice at all. Second was the option that he had thought of. He thought that I will go along with Sita to some other place because if Sita will remain here, people will see her and they will think what saying that Sita was wrong. So I go somewhere else to the forest and I will give away the kingdom. So he called all his brothers. He said that I want to give away my kingdom and you take it and I will go away with Sita to the forest because this is happening. These are the things that are happening. All the three brothers simply said, no, sorry, we do not have the capability. We are not capable. Unlike today's time, यहाँ पे तो लोग वेट करते हैं कि कब leadership खत्म हो, कब हम उस leadership को ले. ऐसा नहीं है. पहले के टाइम पे they were all doing it because of the capabilities. They said, the brothers simply said, no, we are not capable as you are. जिससे आप आए उधर का ध्यान रख सकते हो, हम में से कोई भी नहीं. So you are not going anywhere. And on the other side, they also suggested, why are you listening to them? Ram said, no, I cannot do that. I have to listen to them because if I will do wrong, what will I teach and what will I give to my praja? There is a saying that, यथा राजा तथा प्रजा. आज की डेट में क्या होता है? यथा बोलते हैं अच्छा पहले के टाइम था ऐसा राजा वैसी राजा. So Ram did that. No, I cannot do that. So there was this third choice, and the third choice says that yes, we are laughing onto this, but this is the reality. In today's time, leaders are such. They say that as my team will say, I will become like. This is the vidambana or the irony that I could actually mention. So let's come up with the third option, and the third option was that I will leave the kitchen and will stay in Ayodhya. But again, this was not going to help because people will see Sita, people will see Rama, and they will keep on living. Right? So he had this fourth choice of letting go Sita. Now, why only letting go Sita? Why actually Ram wanted to Sita go to the forest? Because he loved Sita so much that he could not hear a single blame on the knee of Sita. वो नहीं चाहते थे कि सीता should live with a blame on her head. और उनको उस blame से free करने के लिए राम जी had banished सीता from Ayodhya and took a blame on himself actually. आज की डेट में when we talk about Ram and Sita and all this entire episode, do we ever blame Sita? We actually sympathize with Sita. So this is what Ram has given her in return. This is what the love between Ram and Sita was. And we are discussing about this episode because this is what Ramji is blaming on. And Ramji is okay. I'm okay. I don't mind to blame him. Because I know what I'm doing is right. So even if you blame me, I blame. What mattered for him was no blame on Sita. And today's time, we never blame Sita for anything. Sita was banished. She was told to go to the forest. अब इस forest के लिए भी एक कहानी आती है. लोग कहते हैं वो जंगल में छोड़ दिया. Was not a jungle as such. Ramji had asked Lakshman and Sumatra to leave Sita ji to a Kamsa river, Kamsi river, where Valmiki ji's ashram was there. Now, why Valmiki? Valmiki and Sita were brothers, brother and sister. How? Sita had come from the earth, from the womb of earth, and Valmiki ji had also came from Valmuku. Valmuku is the mountain of ants, ant hill people. तो जब बारिश हुई तो ant hill बिखर गया उसमें से वाल्मीकि क्योंकि वो वाल्मीकि में से आए थे तो वो वाल्मीकि का थे. So both had taken the birth from the womb of a same mother. So they were brother and sister. तो राम जी ने बहुत समझ के सीता जी को उनके भाई के पास. And he knew that Sita will be safe there and she will take care of her. तो उन्होंने सीता जी के साथ कुछ इतना गलत नहीं किया था कि बस छोड़ दिया उनको. He ensured that Sita is taken care and there is no bad name associated with Sita, no blame associated. I hope you got your answer. So, coming back to the point, we are talking about righteousness of Ram. And we see that out of these two episodes, whatever Ram did was actually right. Everywhere or every instance we pick out from Ramayana, we see that it is the path of righteousness. It is the path of dharma. And even if we start thinking of such things, we will see that if I am doing everything right in my work life, I will not fear of anything, be it whatever. I know that nobody can come and blame me for anything. Because whatever I did was right. I know that nobody can come and question on me. Why? Because whatever I did was right. So this path of righteousness is something that we all should embrace. We all should follow. And following this path of righteousness, we also talk about composure and acceptance. Now, this composure and acceptance, and the point that I was just mentioning, that I find that in opinion of the person, there is no insecurity. Now, insecurity is something which is very, very relevant these days. People are unhappy because the other person is happy. All right. I usually give an example कि मेरी साड़ी से ज़्यादा उसकी साड़ी से beauty है. So problem is this: people are unhappy because the other person is happy. People are insecure because of the success of the other person. So to understand insecurity, there is a need that we have to have the acceptance of the other person. If suppose I am feeling insecure of person A, how can I avoid that? By two things. First, by accepting that person, and second, by connecting with that person. I need to accept that whatever the other person is doing is right and is doing it in a right direction. So why can't I do the same? Oh, that person has a bungalow, that person has a lot of money. I can envy that person, but if as long as that envy is in the right direction. If that person can have a bungalow and a car and a lot of money, why can't I have? I think I should go. I think I will also start working hard and start understanding that how I can have a lot of money so that I can also have a bungalow, a car and have a lot of money. As long as this envy is in the right direction, it is good. But if this envy get converted into jealousy, there is a problem. That how the other person's study can be wider than my study. There is the problem. So if I accept that person that yes, the person is right, doing the right thing, and I should also follow the same. And if I try to bring the connectivity with that person, then I will definitely learn something out of that person. And the insecurity will definitely go away. The relationship between teacher and a student these days. Is there any relationship in fact? I don't. But earlier, again, I made the instance from my. There is a book of Mata Shabri. Now, what was the story of Mata Shabri? Her teacher told her that you have to stay here. We are going in the other world, but you have to stay here. One day Ram will come. He will bless you, and then you will come and join us in the other world. But then you have to stay here. Right? Now, Mata Shabri waited so long for Ram to come. Right? There was no connection between the teachers and Mata Shabri. They just told her pass, and she had believed whatever her teacher had said. And she had to believe that yes, if my teacher has said so, this is going to happen. And with her belief, she kept on praying for Ram and she kept on believing Ram. One day Ram came, and then what did Shabri do? उन्होंने सिर्फ उनको वेट खिलाई, उनको कहा आप बस मुझे देखते रहो. उसके बाद खुद से उन्होंने वो आग जलाई ना सलामी से दूसरे वर्ड में टीचर्स को. राम did not do anything to Shabri. बाकी लोगों का तो उद्धार किया, किसी को मार के उद्धार किया, किसी को देवता के साथ उनका उद्धार किया, मारिच का उद्धार किया, और लोगों का उद्धार किया. Shabri के साथ राम did nothing. So Shabri had her own powers. She did not ask anything from Ram. He waited to come, sleep, and then go join her teachers. So this was the relationship between the teachers. In today's time, we have to tell students that student, you have to do this. You have to set a reminder. Then, so if Monday we are going to start our class, we have to set a reminder 1 week before. Then and then Monday, and then our exam, that our classes are going to start. But to keep them reminder. In fact, to keep the movement light, scrolling the reels, and there was one reel. It is in year 2026. Are you available? Can I take the class? So this is the relationship these days. right? So we have to understand that all these insecurities are not going to give us anything. And in order to come out from those insecurities, there is just one way to have these two things, connectivity and acceptance. And with this acceptance and composure, this is composure within ourselves. I accept you, I accept your progress, I accept your success, I engage with you, and I will also do the same thing. And this will give me the composure. And this is what we learn from the story. We need to embrace the path of righteousness. We need to have composure. We need to accept and come out of these situations. And this is where I wind up and invite Professor Ashish to talk.
Hello everyone, once again. We are talking the same topic from the business perspective. The first one is the path of business, the path of dialogue. तो वैसे तो मैंने काफी अपने डिस्कशन के इंस्टेंसेस आपको स्पेसिफिकली दिए। तो मैं यहाँ बैठ कर ये सोच रहा था कि बाकी कौन से बचे हैं तो मैं डिस्कस करूँ। I find the three instances जो उसमें मैंने मेंशन नहीं की। अगर ये हो तो आप मुझे एक बार और सुनिए प्लीज। So as per the Ramayana, जो राम जी है तीन इंस्टेंसेस में हमें रमा का बहुत एग्जांपल है। First instance, refusal to be crowned king before his father, punishment ends. That Ramji has refused when Bharat requested him to the king of Ayodhya. He refuses and उन्होंने कहा कि पहले मैं अपना वनवास कंप्लीट करता हूँ. I have to take my duration the 10 years and I have mentioned my father. And then after that, the first instance. The second, returning Sita after rescuing from Lanka, Ravan. So the king Janak, despite her innocence, take the perception of the others for Agni Pariksha. The Agni Pariksha, whenever we are talking about, is a separate part of discussion. It is not valid here. The third instance that I want to highlight in treating Krishna with respect and dignity despite his betrayal of power. ये जानते हुए भी ये रावण का respect बातचीत करके they have a very good communication, they have a very good alliance. Now we are considering these three instances as related to business, modern business. How this contributes to the many ethical considerations, making ethical decisions or unethical act always that fosters building trust among your hosts and your colleagues. That can be the outcome of a more effective approach. The path of practices always act with an integrity and honesty, even when faced with challenges. Ethical decision making consider the impact of our actions on all the stakeholders, just short term gains. You have to think long term gains. And this is a situation this from Ramayana that during his exile, Ram is offered a chance to if he agrees to take conditions that compromises his bond. Now the quote that Rama has shared, दुनिया का मुकुट शांति का हो सकता है, लेकिन सच्चा राजा धार्मिकता को बनाए रखने में एक राजा जो धर्म के मार्ग से भटक जाता है, वह ना केवल अपने लोगों के साथ रहता है, अपने कर्तव्य के साथ भी विश्वास करता है। उनका अपना खुद का कर्तव्य है, उसके साथ भी विश्वास करता है। प्रजा कैसे बिलीव करेगी, उन्होंने अपने पापा को मान नहीं रखा तो बहुत क्या Now this course highlights Rama's unwavering commitment to he prioritizes ethical conduct over personal gains, demonstrating the importance of he sacrifices all the facilities of the particular kingdom अगर वो राजा होते तो इतनी facility उनको मिलती है पूरा सारी चीजें होती but he refuses. Now we are talking about the benefits of this Rama. He used to begin the process among your customers, partners, and employees that are not the companies and operate with integrity, thus leads to loyalty and the long-term relationship. Yes, of the business world, if you are working in an organization for a while, yes, that is the profession. But if we are building the trust with one or two, हम वहाँ पे कह सकते हैं कि वो साथ कुछ टाइम तक बट इसका तो with this tool we can move on to the next part. It also fosters a company or a company where employees feel valued and the two systems that are very important workplace that is respect and dignity. We have to maintain these two parameters. It reduces the risk of legal and reputation enhances reputation, boosts employee value, and contributes to the employees that are more engaged and productive when they are doing company. Now, how can you identify that dharma is good spiritual action? There are like labor practices in the business world, transparency and accountability, being open and honest about your business practices and taking the responsibility of your actions. Whether it's certain times it may be the wrong actions and then you can learn from mistakes. Then sustainable practices, yes, minimizing your environmental impact and considering your long-term social good of your business decision. Now moving on to the next, ethical and recruitment. So, whenever you are doing the recruitment part, you have to be unbiased. Now, what are the various challenges that come to the short-term goals? Then we have to sometimes sacrifice our short-term gains, personal gains, professional gains. But that will contribute to the long-term profit for the betterment of the organization. Let's discuss some examples that can be part of that discuss. Refusing to participate in any unethical business practices, even if it's a short term. Being transparent with customers about product and services, treating employees with respect and fairness. Always we have to remember that very आसान नहीं होता. Is it always easy? But by prioritizing ethical practices, we are not just we are contributing to a more positive and sustainable business environment for everyone. Taking ethical consideration into your decision making, ask yourself, is this the right thing to do? Not just is almost profitable. Ask yourself. Now, this is the last point that I want to highlight in the part of business. Moving on to the next part, future and excellence. This is the more common nowadays composure. पर अगर हम मॉडल सिनेरियो बिजनेस कोड की बात करते हैं तो ये है full of anxiety. We are very curious कि हमें सब कुछ बस आज ही हमें ये फैसला कैसे करें और वो हमारे सामने तुरंत आ जाए. जैसे आपको मैं भी हाईलाइट on you the desired path उसके लिए dedicated efforts of individual have to reach that particular place. that all the necessities of the refugees. All of it. The three instances again I have to highlight it again from the Ramayana that accepting the vanvas is full of dignity. Rama has no question from his father कि आप कैसे मेरे साथ that represents the calmness of God. Maintaining composure during Sita abduction. By example, I had seen that Lord Rama has faced by living in the forest and Sita has abducted. Now, I also want to highlight this point in reference to the published article. It's it's highlighted that Sita was kidnapped somewhere in 10th year of life and the search for Sita going to Lanka, fighting the war, took another 5 to 3 years. By the time it has completed the 18 years. So to maintain his behavior for a long period of time, 23 years, calm and accepted all the situations that are happening to him. This is another example that we can say from the Lord. Now coming to the business perspective, this is the key business insights to recover and to adapt the changes very quickly. When we talk about the composure, the ability to remain calm in every situation, and collective interpretation also. Acknowledging challenges and focusing on the solution rather than figuring out situation. Let's take a situation from my own. Now, exactly. Now facing the numerous challenges from the direction of Sita, he was in hardship, dignity and maintaining his composure. The mood from Lord Rama as this, हालांकि गुस्सा और विरक्षा निर्णय को स्पष्ट कर सकती है, जैसे हम जानते हैं, अगर हम कोई चीजें अग्रेशन में या गुस्से में सोचते हैं तो we are making the right choice. First we have to think about and हमें शांत रहना है और after some time we realize that as yet when you also mentioned the good of calm, realize about the reason we have to do that also. सच्ची ताकत स्पष्ट दिमाग और स्वीकार करने वाले के साथ परिस्थितियों का सामना करने में नहीं है। हालांकि आगे का रास्ता अनिश्चित हो सकता है, it cannot be predicted. हमें वर्तमान पर ध्यान केंद्रित करना चाहिए और प्रत्येक बाधा whatever obstacle is coming in between of our way और दृढ़ता के साथ दूर करने का प्रयास करना चाहिए। तो very smoothly or move in a controlled way. As this point is also highlighted in our previous session of, can you please the session? Courage and determination. It's the courage and determination. So we must focus on the present and to strive to overcome each obstacle of grace and perseverance. Now this quotes Lord Rama, composer hence, he acknowledges the difficulties made by democracy. He focused on the solutions, whether to prevailing the problems and perceive the positive outcome. A business world cross its fair share of curveballs, facing unexpected challenges, setbacks, and market share. Yes, as all know, it's a dynamic business environment. The always the and also day-to-day, right? So we have to clearly think about that what are the various solutions or that particular problem in either situation or either environment. It builds up the property and you are composed. Sometimes you have to keep the compromise and you are you can do the active listening also. You can take the opinion from others. How can we can hardly support active. It improves your communication also. It helps to the support feels value. Yeah, the leader gives the value system. opinion that the हमारी बात value नहीं करती है by our managers or our leader. Now developing how to develop this composure in you. You have to practice mindfulness. The techniques like meditation or deep breathing exercise can help you stay present and manage your stress response. Focus on control variables. There are the many variables that exist. You have to focus on your control. If you are focusing on the influence variables, then you are wasting your time. Because they can influence you, but you can't influence them. So I think there are certain variables. But yes, you can develop multiple positive mindset. You have to move with a positive mindset. Negativity. Or and there are the two things. I can do it or we can do it. Present the trust among the team members. Practice taking challenges as opportunities for learning and growth. Now acceptance we talk about it embrace what we know is a practice. If you work that it reduces the stress and anxiety. It creates greater adaptability, resilience in the face of failure. To overcome your obstacle, calmness and to provide whenever you are dealing with any obstacle that you problem, always be when you are aware about all the things that this situation कैसे arise हुई है, but you have to identify along the potential risks and to discuss about that and what are the biggest things and how can this problem arise and other various reasons this problem could have cause us how can we solve this problem as an team. Now let's take an example that staying calm and collected when different minds when we talk about the different lines, we are talking about the different lines. How to deal with the different mindsets. That if we are as a managerial, we talk about the managerial science, to deal with the minds. Some having an aggressive nature, some having a very smartness in nature, we have to have quite an specific solution. Yes, challenges the problem solving mindsets to always ready to solve problems. These traits work together. Composure always allows you to navigate while on the other hand, sometimes helps you let go of negativity and adopt changing circumstances. Let's take an example of a business perspective. A leader facing a market after can remain calm while acknowledging situation acceptance, work with the team to develop new representation of very far away from benefits to our business. We're talking about that. How can we contribute? It provides you the great solution for the problem. Whenever we are talking about a solution problem, why I'm using this because a problem cannot be defined. It's always uncertainty in the business world. Uncertainty and based on the situation, present situation, whatever is going. We are talking about the market condition, we are talking about the 2025 so that problem arises कि हमारे फ्यूचर के लिए प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है you get and get it. It reduces employment and increase in the employment. एक अच्छी कंपनी जहाँ पर हम कहते हैं कि अच्छी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन पे लोग लॉन्ग टर्म काम करते हैं then employees loyalty. It reduces the turnover that contributes to the business success. Whenever I'm talking about the loyalty in the employees represent how they are committed to the organization, whether they are in the organization or they are at the current assets. Talk about from different. If you are an asset to the organization, then you can contribute to the sector. You can contribute in the growth and expansion of that particular business organization by contributing in the delivery services or in the security mindsets. Stronger build stronger long-term performance is also silent business management challenges and more the stronger over time. Now after that, in a one-line conclusion, I'm concluding my this conclusion of my part of my business and conclusion experience. This both are the skills that require practice. By continuing learning, we can improve ourselves and our team to handle anything by the business tool. Okay. Thank you. Now, moving on to the next slide of bit of here that has you can read it out and answer to yourself that how you can proceed with yourself of using the path learning your own life. Okay, now I would like to again request Nan to please discuss the universities at the School of Law.
Coming on to the school of thought. But as I was sitting there, Sir Ashish was mentioning about the episode of Ram's accepting what Dashrath said that you have to go for exam. So I was just remembering of the incident and the dialogue that had happened between Kekari, Dashrath, and Ram. I could just speak about that for a very moment. So this episode will also include the school of thought. So now, just the previous day when Raja Dashrath told Ram and said that you are going to be a king, he accepted that and he said, okay, fine, I will be the king, as you said. Next day when Kekari came and asked Dashrath that I do not Ram to tell you that Bharat to and when Ram was called in the Kekari's Bhavan, in Kekari's area, so when he saw Raja Dashrath, he was not in a position to even utter a single word. He was so down. He lost all his energies. He was not in a position to speak or utter a single word. It was Kekri then who said to Ram that there were two promises that your father was supposed to make for me. Will you agree that she just confirmed from Ram? So what Ram replied was, for me, my father and you are just the same. And we know that Eric was a stepmother. But Ram said no. For me, my father and you are just the same. In case if my father will tell me anything, I'm not going to do it. But even if you will tell me to do something, I will do that also. There is nothing about following or doing what my father is saying. Even if you will tell me to do anything or something, I will do it anyhow. This was the dharma that Ram was actually following. So then Kevin is assured Yes, Ram will do whatever is told to him. And then she mentioned that you cannot be the king, it is Bharat who's going to be the king and Ram will go for himself. And on that very same day, then and at that point of time, he said, okay, I am. Dasharatha said that no, there is no need to leave it right away. You stay. You stay, you enjoy the luxuries, and then you can go. Take one more day at least. He said, no, I will not stay. Because the longer I stay, the insecurities of career will increase. I don't want to be into that situation. So he said, I can leave now. He went out, there were sacred waters for the ritual that was supposed to be next day. He had gone to those sacred waters, he joined his hand and prayed that sacred waters are not going to be the king, it is Bharat who is going to be the king. So please bless him with the kingship. He took a round of those sacred waters and then so this was the entire episode that I feel recall. So when we talk about this activity, situations that are in our control or the situations that are not. So if I talk about the same incident, Ram had the ability to keep and every situation into the control because he himself was so strong enough that yes, I can do it. So there was no scope of influence. Now this activity saying that what we are going to do is we will do the meditation, we will focus on cultivating the composure, acceptance and mindfulness for the things which we can control. Things which can be controlled. So there is a concept of circle of control and circle of influence. Now when I say influence, there are certain things which are happening around me that are influencing me. That is not our control. I can't change it. And then there are certain things which are happening with me that I can definitely close. For example, I see in my department everybody comes late. Everybody comes late, for example. I'm just taking an example. It has nothing to do with all of you. Okay. For example, in my department, everybody comes late. I also get everybody can come late. Why can't I? Is that so? Or is it that I will still follow the discipline and the rule for myself? No. I am the person who is always disciplined. I respect time and I will always be on time. Let others come late. That is their level. This is just one example that I give. I want you all to please stay calm, close your eyes, and think over such situations that influence you and how do you control yourself under those situations. Let's begin. For the participants who are joined online, if you wish, you can contribute with us. Otherwise, we are just sharing the feedback form and you can do it in your own good time.
Yes, if you want, you can just complete the process very as you can send the feedback in the process. We have to use the
We are done. So, could you think of any instances which might have influenced or would be that you have full control over your actions and you will not easily get influenced by others? Anything that you would like to share? That's how I open for the discussion. I'm not sure the person we are in the progress of that. We can control, but that time we have to our emotions with the stop. you were trying to say that it all depends upon the situation and the time that we is at. A point of that's so maybe these are the strategies that we are to have a control over your I'm very good. I go to a silent place. These are the strategies that you choose to have a control over. Humans are affected. Absolutely. I prefer to workplace so like I need to be free anyway. So that I don't speak up. People are very influenced. This is the key of communication. We say that communicate so there is no miscommunication. And we say that do not communicate so that there is no miscommunication. So maybe you are still in the journey of finding the right one.
I have on the right path, but there are two things in this case. Basically, when some sort of injustice is done to you or some sort of behavior is done on us, it is a natural emotional response but by our well-being. Nature has provided us issue, but in our modern civilized society, which is behavior, such type of behavior often as this person is innocent and he is not capable of controlling his or her emotions. So it is not right.
But we are talking about ourselves. We are not talking about others.
What
Let other people yes. We
what
are talking
we
about the control over ourselves. And the control
so
over
this is the in our human society what happens. In our society the secondary the pseudo response is not a artificial response.
this could be one of the strategies. That you do not behave the way you are, but you behave the way you are accepted by the society. This happens.
Everyone will throw hands on each other. I think that is
बस ये कि मैं मतलब ये कंट्रोल करने को मुझे गुस्सा ना आए किसी भी एक्सपीरियंस से नहीं मेरे को आता भी नहीं है अगर आता है तो 2 मिनट में मैं किसी से बात करूँ 2 मिनट में पैसे बदल दूँगा बस 2 मिनट लगती है कि हाँ मैं वापस से लौट कर लेकिन मैं कभी किसी को एक्चुअली हैव दैट 2 मिनट स्ट्रैटेजी या फिर उससे भी और ज्यादा इजी है कि कुछ खाने का हो खा लो तो जब भी मैं मसला है मैं चौकट case studies, sorry, some of this, like, I think it was in this excellent showcase. Uh, and some like a company went for the meditation there. So, plus, the things they told them, these are the cases which have been there are so they started with this, the meditation practice, they became more patient, calm, and both in extreme cases reduced. So it's like my mind, the meditation is very much reduces so that we become calm and
will be done on the basis of case.
there is no planned strategy. Depends on the situation. सबसे अच्छा डेमोक्रेटिक आंसर है
In my case,
Is that whom the situation is happening and you don't like the situation. So it depends on the person and the time.
Person and the time and the condition.
यहाँ तो guys situation और person को depend करते हैं कि हम कैसे control करना है. कुछ person ऐसे होते हैं कि जो इनको control कर लो और वो फिर भी नहीं आने वाला वो ले लेंगे. या कुछ है.
So maybe presentation understand एक word को बार use किया था. Somebody asked the word person is equitable. जबकि जो बहुत common है commonly word use करते हैं we use the word equal. For example, equal distribution of income, equal income. The equal is not correct. It is a equal correct because how can we behave same with all the person?
It is not exactly the same. It is similar.
Similar.
Same and similar. Equal and equal.
That's why it's not in class. It's case to case, person to person.
Thank you, participants, for joining us. And just to inform you that no session has been scheduled for tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. And we will have a day 7 on Monday and the next 7 on Tuesday. So looking forward to your active participation in the same. And thank you once again for interacting and share on the WhatsApp. Thank you.
Because of my stage, always say much usually अभी तो प्रॉब्लम्स जो हैं हमारे रेस्पॉन्ड है हरे राम हरे कृष्ण 5 of illness